found a chocolate box in one of my toy cases. I thought, well, hang on, I haven't eaten this. It's 15 years old. It's got a bit past it. But I've got to keep it because it's got some very nice features to it. It's one of those things where you have to lay it out. It's got sort of plants and things in it. You model them up and then put them back to form a picture. And that's, you can have the cheat on the back to show you exactly how it goes, that bit there. So when I looked a little more carefully at it, first of all, I found it was a nice joke because it's not celebrating flowers you normally expect, but celebrating weeds, would you believe? And they called it Reader's Digest. Well, that's the first thing that resonated with me because I used to read Reader's Digest when I was in my teens and early 20s. Enjoyed it too. And the second thing that appealed to me was the fact that when it was made in collaboration with Simon Drew, who's a wonderful artist, lives down in Devon and does very, very funny uh, cartoons with lots and lots of puns in it. And you'll see his work here, full of puns, but tied up with Alan Titchmarsh, who I've known for many, many years. When I first moved to Richmond, he was singing in Fiddler on the Roof. He had one of the major minor parts, and I had part of the chorus for it. But I've known him and entertained his kids. So he's a professional gardener, and he was working at Kew at the time. He's tied up with him, with Simon Drew, to create this wonderful chocolate box. But look at the jokes that Simon. It's got singing nettles or singing nettles down at the bottom there, which is nice. Ivy, which is good. And it's got couches on couch. It's got in the very middle is a frame there of a person who's, and that's for an elderly person, of course. Dandelion, oh, not with the knots, and dandelion, of course, with dandelion. So it's very, very cleverly drawn. But the end result is actually you actually got a lot of pieces of chocolate, 24 of them, which I can't really have now. It was a shame, isn't it? But it's a great thing to keep as a souvenir on many levels too. So a Reader's Digest made of chocolate, got to keep it. Sometime I'll drop a line to Alan Titchmarsh, say how much I've enjoyed your piece, even though I haven't enjoyed the chocolate. So good one, that. Well done, Alan. The second one is an extraordinary constructional kit, which I've made, but this is how it starts. I've got two versions. I'll show you the fully made version. There's lots of little pieces. They're very odd looking pieces actually, because each of them is shaped like this. Let me see if I can get it to focus. It's got these four little tabs on the corners there, and it's slightly curved too, and it's bendable, and it's quite shiny on one side and a little bit dull on the other side. But I think you probably have that as the outside. Now the interesting thing is what you're supposed to do is put them into threes, which means you put three together like that, form a little triad, and a star of threes, 3-pointer star, and you're supposed to do a set of five, which is a bit trickier, which is all coming apart now. But if I put them together again, you have 5 pieces in a row, in a ring, and then the fun starts when you try to assemble them into a big 3-dimensional sort of sphere. That's very, very tricky indeed, but I'll show you the end result because I did it. Spent several evenings on it. So that's a 5-star piece. So 3 stars and 5-star pieces is what need to be put together to construct the full sphere. So here's the end result. I've got one here. Oh, there's one more thing to show, and that goes at the top, and it's one of these little things which, when I push it on, where's the switch? On the back here. There we are. You get a nice bit of color. You're getting colours. You've got the usual red and green, and then a fading in and out one, and that sits on the top of the thing. And this is what the whole thing looks like when it's made. Here we are. I've actually got this laid out. Look at that. So that, when you look at it carefully, consists of 3 stars and 5 stars. It's got this bit at the top in there where I switched on. You can just about see a bit of glint there from the colour that goes on. And it works very well, but it's quite a job to construct these because they start okay when they're flat, but when you start putting them into 3 stars and 5 stars and try to get them in the right order, that's jolly hard, which means I spent perhaps 3 or 4 evenings creating them. But that's how it started, and that's how it finished. Amazing. So a good challenge there. The last item to show is one of these wonderful automata things. It was a kit form which I didn't make up myself, but I think it was made for me. But it's quite fun. I'll just shout up to the camera the actual item itself, and I'll show him doing his performance because it's very well made. It's what they call a vibrational one. It's got an eccentric motor there. Hidden inside there is quite a large weight which whirls round and round and round and makes it buzz like mad. If I turn it on, you'll hear it buzzing away. Where's the switch? At the top. Ooh, can you hear that noise? Yeah. So it's buzzing away now, and we'll have a go putting it on my tray here. I've set it so that it goes round in a circle. We'll see how it goes. Yes, works very well indeed. It's a very nice bit of construction. It was a lot of fun, I think, originally to make for someone, but I must take this apart now so I can make it up myself and have a go. And the end result is something that's, well, it's got a pair of eyes in the front, so it's supposed to be a little, I think they say it's actually supposed to be a fox. Here we are. Fox's eyes. So it's a little buzzing fox that runs around with the batteries and with its usually eccentric motor weight to it. A lot of fun to make, I think, but I haven't made this one up. So what I'm going to do now is unmake it and then have the fun of screwing it all together again. See if I can make it back again.